Okay, so when I was living in Texas, I was doing illegal shit. This was when the money was really coming in. I had got an apartment in the nice part of Arlington. I had a one-bedroom apartment with an attached garage. The garage was downstairs, and there was a staircase that led up to the apartment. Inside, like I could go pull into the garage and go straight into the apartment. So it was a really nice apartment. Shoot. Darian had moved from Nacogdoches to Dallas, to Arlington, because he was enrolled at University of Texas at Arlington also. We was going to school together for those 3 semesters that I was there. So I wanted to hook his car up because I'm from the hood, and so I wanted to niggify his car. So I had bought him a set of rims for his car, and I put a stereo in his car, aftermarket stereo, with a subwoofer in the trunk. Now we took it to Best Buy in South Arlington to do that. The stereo. But we put the stereo in first and then the alarm next. You shouldn't do that. So as as we're there at the installation getting done, the guy is telling us a story. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know, I had just bought this brand new truck and I put like $12,000 worth of music equipment into the car. We replaced all the all the speakers on the doors and the dashboard and everything. I left it in the driveway. I woke up the next morning and somebody busted my windows out and took all my shit, man." I was like, "Oh damn, that's fucked up. Damn." We weren't paying attention. This was early in the hustle though. I learned from it because they put in the amp and the stereo and the subwoofer. No alarm. Now, when you fill out the paperwork for the warranty and everything, you put your address on there. That night, the same day he got it installed, somebody came up to his apartment complex, busted out his window, and took his shit out of his car. And they did it so smooth, he didn't hear nothing. He just came out the next morning and he saw this glass on the floor, on the ground, in the parking lot. And he called me before class. He's like, "Oh my God, somebody broke in my car and stole my stereo." He was crying and everything. Nothing like that had ever happened to him before. He's not really from like the ghetto, from the hood. He didn't like grow up in the projects and no shit like that like I did. So I was like, "Oh fuck." I was like, "Well, I'll replace your stereo." Just so he called his insurance company. They worked there, whatever, to get it done. And he was like, "Well, I can't ride around with a stereo in my car." I was like, "Okay." So the same day, now the insurance company, they came out, did the estimate and everything that same day. The next day, he missed some of his classes and everything. Now, keep in mind, all this is happening within a 24-hour period, okay? I had just bought that stereo like a week before, and then we had to make the appointment, get it installed. And then they stole it that night. So the next day, he was like, "Well, I need a stereo now. I can't ride around without a stereo." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, I'll go do it." I got up, went to a different Best Buy, bought him a better stereo than he had before, replaced all the equipment for the break-in. The next day, no problem, like it was nothing. Spent all my little hustle money to replace the stereo again. They the insurance company paid for the window, but some kind of way the insurance company had worked that math out so that because I paid for the stereo out of my pocket, so he should have been able to get money back from the insurance company, but he didn't. They worked it out to where everything broke even. I was like, oh my gosh, baby, they are slick as fuck. So I replaced the stereo, and then we went. As a matter of fact, we went back to that same Best Buy, and the people who installed it to begin with, they weren't there. I was like, what happened to the other dudes that was here? He was like, oh, like clockwork. And they're not here. Oh. Okay, well, we need to get this stereo installed. Okay. He right up there with his plastic bag on his window. They installed a newer one, but this time, while I was there, I was like, oh, he needed an alarm system too. So they put an alarm system. Not okay, at the time, it wasn't registering to me that the guys who installed it were the ones who came to his house and stole it back. It didn't dawn on me until I was there getting it installed, and then when we left, he went back, and after the insurance thing, I was like, you know what? I think those guys that installed the first stereo, I think they came and broke in and stole your shit. He was like, no, that couldn't have been, because how would they know where I live at? I said, yo, I looked at his paperwork. I said, your address is right here. He was like, oh, well, you want to go back up there? I was like, just let it go. Don't worry about it. Was you had insurance and you had an alarm on your car, so just don't worry about it. So we had to, what do you say? We had to take a hit. No, we took a loss. I forgot what you call it. They had got the fuck out of our asses. I know that much. And they got themselves a brand new fresh stereo. But then you thinking, oh, well, it don't make no difference. I went and bought a better one the next one. No, it don't. Yeah, it does make a difference.